What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kiss Move back with another video, and we're talking Final Fantasy. They had their 25th anniversary for Final Fantasy VII, one of the most overrated games on the planet. But before I give my thoughts on that, you like this shirt? It's comfy, colorful, bright. You can get it at intotheam.com/kissmove. My link is in the description below. Get 10% off the entire store. Get some graphic tees like this and some others that you might see me rocking in future videos. Now, let's get back to the video. So, they announced a couple things. You guys know I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I am the advocate of Final Fantasy games and other JRPGs going to Xbox right now, because a lot of these games skip Xbox just for the case of skipping it for no reason, whether because they dislike Xbox or PlayStation just has that good D. I mean, or it's something about PlayStation that just stops some of these publishers from working on anything else or working with any other platform. And I've come to the conclusion that Square Enix is the most garbage publisher known to man, and I think Final Fantasy sucks ass. I think I sure, the game is cool. I know they got a couple gems in there here and there and whatnot, but the game is overrated, and I feel like their tactics is just be getting so blatant lately. I can't even deal with as an Xbox fan, right? We've been waiting for Final Fantasy Remake literally since it was announced for PlayStation. It was announced in 2015. It was announced as an exclusive. It was timed exclusive, but it was only I feel like it was only timed for the PS4, and when it came out, by the time year 2 happened, it was ready to release on the PS5. And I'm trying to think what else. Did they go to the whatchamacallit? It goes to Epic Game Store. Still not on Steam. Oh, now it comes to Steam. It comes to Steam. So that's as far as the exclusivity go. So I don't understand. My question is why? What's the important? What is it? What is it? What's the issue with having this game available on Xbox? What's so special about this stupid ass game? What's so special about it? I don't get it. Square Enix. What is so special about Final Fantasy VII Remake that you refuse to put it on Xbox? You know what I mean? I don't get it. Square Enix been lost me as a potential customer because they got rid of their better studios. You know what I mean? Like I said, they got one more game to release that I will be getting, which is Forspoken, and I'm only doing it for the culture at this point. Doing it for the culture. Let's see. Final Fantasy with a bunch of black characters, and I'm gonna get it on PC. Right? So they do this 15-minute celebration to announce Final Fantasy VII Intergrade remake that they're bringing it to PC, and they got another version. I think it's called Rebirth, which is the sequel to because how you make a trilogy out of I just cut my knee up. How you make a trilogy out of one game? They're remaking a game, right? They remade a game that came out in 95, 97. I don't know what year it came out, but. And they sort of remade it, and now they're turning it into a trilogy. Just another way to milk this franchise to oblivion. So they announced the sequel to it, which is called Rebirth. And guess where that's coming out? That's coming out for PlayStation and probably PC. Because that apparently Final Fantasy VII, that particular Final Fantasy, can only run on games that have triangles and circles and squares. You know what I mean? That thing can only run on a device that says PlayStation. We know it can run on Xbox. It can run on PC, whatever. So, Square Enix felt like they were doing us a favor by giving Xbox a PSP game. Was it Crisis Core? Final Fantasy is another form of Final Fantasy. You ain't getting the remake, but you're going to get Crisis Core. It's just garbage. And I think, if I was, as an Xbox fan, I'm like, what the fuck Square Enix? As an Xbox fan, I don't care for Square Enix. I think they suck. I think they're garbage. I think their games are trash. Square Enix served no purpose to me as an Xbox customer, as an Xbox fan. Square Enix does nothing for me. You got rid of Tomb Raider, you got rid of Deus Ex, you got rid of the team that did Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. All the games that I had remote interest in for Square Enix is all sold off to Embracer Group, right? And now you got this Hunga Boonga bullshit that's left over, the wrench rash repeat. We're gonna do a Final Fantasy 7 game, and then we're gonna do a Final Fantasy 18, 19, 20. You know what I mean? And maybe every other one, some subpar one, we'll put on Xbox. So I'm just completely over it. I'm over Final Fantasy. I'm over Square Enix. And if I'm Xbox, I wouldn't, like, I would work with every publisher out of Japan but Square Enix, because apparently Bandai Namco is doing a much better job. Sega is doing a much better job. Capcom is doing a much better job. Koei is doing a much better job. And damn, if Konami still made console games, I'm pretty sure they would be doing a much better job. Square Enix is trash. I will, after Forspoken, this is a caveat, after Forspoken, I would not buy another game from this publisher ever again. You better be lucky that I don't steal Forspoken, right? So I'm not buying another Square Enix game again. The next time I'll play a Square Enix game, that's if it launches in Game Pass, then I'll play it. But other than that, I'm not really messing with Square Enix. I've had it with their teases. I'm not sure what's really special about them, but at this point, Square Enix should just sell their whole damn catalog to PlayStation. Should be cheap for PlayStation. They don't make anything unique anymore. They only make games for PlayStation, so this should be very, very cheap. Nobody loses. It's PlayStation. Buy Square Enix. $500,000. Should be able to close the deal fairly easy. Fairly easy. Matter of fact, I'll buy 10 more of these shirts before I buy a Final Fantasy game. That's the video. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. And if you want to look like me, go to intotheam.com/kidsmove. Peace.